Welcome to Wednesday's edition of Newswatch on Hope TV. Hope you had a great day today. We bring you news making headlines tonight, including tonight's episode of Lessons from the Entrepreneur right here during this newscast. Boniface Muredi is on the sign language tonight. My name is Melisa Oduor. Newswatch begins now. Now, the government has once again declared war on dangerously armed terrorists linked to the Al-Shabaab terror group believed to be responsible for planning and orchestrating the deadly terrorist attacks and violence in Lamu County and the larger Boni Forest. To this effect, the Interior Ministry has unmasked 35 terror suspects behind the Lamu terror attacks, ordering them to surrender to any police station within the Republic of Kenya immediately. And as Grace Ahati now reports, a substantial cash reward is set to be offered to any member of the public who provides credible information leading to the arrest of any of the suspects.
Following the upsurge of terror attacks and murders of civilians and security personnel in Lamu and Boni Forest in the recent weeks, the government has unveiled the faces and names of 35 wanted terror suspects linked to the attacks. Through its X or Twitter platform, the Interior Ministry circulated the images of the suspects, which include both foreign and local citizens. The suspects include Malim Aiman, aka Ayman, aka Garad, aka Nur Ibrahim, Ramadan Kioko, aka Alijeje, aka Abu Nusaibe, aka Abu Ayub, Abdullahi Banati, aka Musdav Mzee Simba, Andreas Martin Mula, aka Abu Nusaiba, aka Ahmed Khalid, and Abu Amar from Mombasa, among others. According to Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki, the suspects are believed to be connected with the placement of improvised explosive devices IEDs on various earth roads in the area and the killing of civilians along the Lamu to Gassen Highway. The Directorate of Criminal Investigations DCI has termed the 35 as dangerous and part of the Al-Shabaab terror network and ordered them to surrender to any police station in Kenya immediately. At the same time, DCI has appealed to members of the public to volunteer information leading to arrest of the 35, this coming days after the U.S. Embassy in Kenya issued a terror alert in Nairobi, warning Americans to review their personal security plans. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Grace Ahati.
Thank you, Grace, for that report. Now, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, has urged Kenyans to do their due diligence when buying property anywhere in the country. And speaking in Kisumu, when the Anti-Graft Commission announced it had moved to court to recover the 18 acres of Kibuye market land, EACC boss Twalib Mbarak said despite the emotional pain that the affected residents had undergone due to the demolitions of the land belonging to the East Africa Portland Cement Company in Mavoko, Kenyans were to blame for not following the legal process in land acquisition. The commission reverted the grabbed Kibuye open-air market land to the Kisumu County government, with Twalib castigating the move by the grabber to demand 7 billion shillings from the county so as to release it to them. Now, the alleged fake lawyer Brian Mwenda has been arraigned in a Nairobi court over identity theft and forgery. Mwenda appeared before Milimani Chief Magistrate Lucas Onyina, where he was charged with 6 criminal counts of forging a certificate of admission and misuse of the Computer and Cybercrime Act. Mwenda is facing 3 counts of making false documents and 2 counts of uttering a false document contrary to Section 353 of the Penal Code. He denied all the charges and has been remanded at the Industrial Area Prison. But the magistrate will rule on the application tomorrow. Former Governor Mike Sonko was present in court to show solidarity and was ready to bail him out. On Tuesday, Mwenda was grilled at the Directorate of Criminal Investigations in Nairobi for hours before being released on a 100,000 shilling police cash bail after negotiations by his lawyers led by John Haminwa.
Number 1, is making a false document contrary to Section 347A of the Penal Code, Cap 63, Laws of Kenya, and Brian Mwenda Njagi between 30th of August 2022 and 3rd of March 2023 at a known place within the Republic of Kenya with intent to deceive you knowingly and fraudulently made a false document, namely a certificate of admission P105/21249/22 in the name of Brian Mwenda, and purporting it to be a certificate of admission to practice as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, duly issued by the Deputy Registrar of the High Court of Kenya. Is it true or not true?
Not true.
Not true.
Messages in social media, we are destroying ourselves as a law society. But he has taken plea, will defend it. Let my two advocates lay the law on which I've put that application. Please, the section of the law.
And the county government of Kitui, in partnership with the Kenya Red Cross, has launched a countrywide El Nino awareness campaign to sensitize residents on the effects and possible perils of the pending heavy downpour. Speaking while launching the exercise at Kalundu Shopping Center in Kitui Municipality, Kitui Deputy Governor Augustine Kinani said the county administration is taking all the necessary precautions, including unclogging of drainage systems in urban areas and proper garbage management to forestall possible flooding and outbreak of waterborne diseases. Kanani has also warned residents against crossing or driving across flooded rivers to avoid incidences of drowning as witnessed in the past.
We already know, and we have already been advised by the Kenya Meteorological Department, that we are going to experience above average rainfall, which is having a likelihood of being an El Nino. And we are not taking the matter lightly. As a county government, we are making and taking all necessary steps to make sure we are well prepared. And today we are starting the drainage and garbage collection here at Kalundu within Kitui Municipality, and we'll move to other parts of the county in the south, the east, and in the north to make sure that our people are sensitized enough on the dangers of the El Nino rains. First, we know Kitui County is blessed with many seasonal rivers, and during the rains they are very dangerous to cross. So we request our people not to cross the swollen rivers, and to make sure that we maintain our environment clean to avoid diseases.
Mombasa activists are calling for the unconditional release of all demonstrators charged for taking part in the anti-government protests called by the opposition party Azimio la Umoja wa Kenya coalition. This as 14 people were charged with unlawful assembly and creating a disturbance in the coastal city and were released on a 10,000 shilling cash bail, and their cases pushed to February 2024. Now, led by Kituo cha Sheria lawyer Zedekiah Adika, the activists say they were arrested during the protests on the cost of living that have culminated in the formation of a bipartisan committee between the opposition and the government. They now want the bipartisan committee to address the plight of demonstrators who were arrested at their workplaces and are still languishing in courts all over the country, yet the protests were halted and dialogue given a chance.
The people who are arrested during that time are languishing in courts all over the country. That should stop. When we go for ceasefire, when people decide to speak, then we release all that were related to the cases. The police officers who killed people, we have not seen them in courts. When are their cases coming to courts? Because it cannot be justice one way. Justice must be for both. If you want to prosecute people who demonstrated, if you want to prosecute people who you think demonstrated, including people you picked from homes, you must prosecute the killer.
Kwa hivyo ni jambo la kuudhi sana kuona kuwa koti bado inaendelea na kesi kama hizi, na wale wahusika wakuu ambao ni polisi wauaji hatujaona wakifikishwa kizimbani. Tunataka serikali iwajibike na hatutanyamaza. Vile vile tunataka mambo haya yaishe, tupate sheria na nchi iwe na amani. Si kuzungumza tu kwa masuala yao wenyewe.
Wakati mkutano wa kwanza wa bipartisan talks ulianzishwa, the first agenda should have been the release of all those people arrested, because the bipartisan talks zilikuja kwa sababu kulikuwa na maandamano na watu wameshikwa. Ikiwa Raila Odinga na Rais William Samoei Ruto waliamua kuongea, the first agenda should be the release of all the people who have been arrested, na hata wale wako hospitali inatakana serikali iwahudumie, kwa sababu hiyo nimefanya wakakuja wakaongea.
Wakenya hai! Wakenya hai!
And President William Ruto has urged the Belt and Road Initiative to scale up investment in Africa's digital economy. The president noted that such investments will help increase the contribution of the digital economy to Africa's GDP, which currently stands at 4.5%. He observed that investment in bandwidth infrastructure, coupled with other infrastructure investments, will propel Africa to the level of interconnectedness that guarantees meaningful transformation. This is said will unlock Africa's digital economy's potential for inclusivity, democracy, and the empowerment of individuals and groups with global reach and limitless opportunities. He made the remarks during the high-level Third Belt and Road Forum for Cooperation in Beijing, China. The head of state, however, challenged the forum to bring their investments to Africa through Kenya, which he described as the ultimate gateway to Africa's 1.4 billion people. A short break here on Hope TV Newswatch. We will be back with more news items. Don't go too far.
The Asian community in Kenya has been nationally recognized as the 44th tribe of the people of this great nation.
For me, God is real in Christianity. I talk to Him, He talks to me. I fail, He forgives me.
When I first read the first book of Genesis, it gave me an orderly sense of accounts of creation. Day 1 is what He does. Day 2, He creates this. Day 3.
Every third Thursday of the month, we bring you Asia Testify,
where we will be listening to life-transforming stories of Asian believers who have walked with the Lord. Only here on Hope TV. Look and live.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Welcome back. Now, the ICT Authority, ICTA, has held a sensitization forum that brought together over 150 accredited suppliers from the North Rift Economic Bloc, NOREB, and delegates from 6 counties. The counties represented Marsabit, Samburu, Kirinyaga, Nyandarua, Kisumu, Uasin Gishu, Busia, Baringo, Nakuru, and Nairobi took part in the 3rd meeting of ICTA's Economic Bloc engagement. The training focused on aligning the suppliers' businesses to the required ICT standards for better investment opportunities at both the national and county governments. Speaking during the workshop, Stanley Kamanguya, the CEO of the ICT Authority, called on suppliers to comply with the best market standards while offering services in view of giving the government value for money while also improving local product standards.
Through this conference, or this forum, we have gotten to understand the various challenges that the county governments are experiencing. And with this better understanding, now we go back to our drawing board and come up with the right solutions for the county governments. I would encourage all the ICT service providers to register to be accredited by ICT Authority, because that gives them an upper edge even in the tendering processes, and also by them being accredited, it will be giving them, it will be enabling them, checking their level of quality in terms of service delivery.
The objective is for us, first of all, to sensitize them around the work that we do to develop ICT standards for people who want to do business with government in various services, from networking to software development to consultancies to training, and also supply of ICT equipment.
If the citizens, the consumers of these services do not trust the systems, then we have a breakdown in the transaction that we envisage. We want an environment where consumers are safe, secure as they consume these digital services.
Investments, Trade and Industry Cabinet Secretary Rebecca Miano has committed to eradicate bureaucracies in the allocation of land to manufacturers at the 3,000-acre Dongo Kundu Special Economic Zone (SEZ). CS Miano said there has been a change where land was transferred from the Special Economic Zones Authority to the Kenya Ports Authority (KPA). Speaking when she toured the Mili glass factory in Mombasa, CS Miano promised to have a discussion with KPA to expedite the allocation of lands to investors, which has delayed for about 6 months. The CS expressed her satisfaction with the success of the glass-making factory that manufactures glasses for local use and exports 25% of their production, thus supporting foreign exchange and creating employment. She welcomed the glass manufacturing plant to expand their plant in Mombasa and commence the manufacturing of pharmaceutical bottles, which the country currently imports.
I have seen that the cost of production is quite high. I believe that's a hard dialogue that we need to have. Our ministry needs to lead that dialogue in the country to see how we can reduce the cost of manufacturing for various products, and that's the only way we are going to achieve our target of increasing our manufacturing to GDP, which is currently at 7%. We have a target of increasing that to 10%. We can only achieve that when we resolve some of the challenges that are being raised and discussed and brought to our attention by the manufacturers. And one of the most exciting things today is that this company has in their plans a plan to expand their plant and to even start manufacturing pharmaceutical bottles. Currently, we are importing 100% of pharmaceutical bottles. Their plan is to break ground in January 2024 and have a plant operational by 2025. And we look forward to when we shall have that manufacturing of pharmaceutical bottles locally, and that will support even the universal health coverage and the cost of medicine and the availability.
To some international news now, U.S. President Joe Biden has arrived in Israel to express his solidarity and discuss war plans with its leaders. The high-stake trip has been upended by a blast at a crowded Gaza City hospital on Tuesday, in which hundreds of people are feared to have died. The blast, which Palestinian officials and the Israeli military have blamed on each other, further stoked tensions. Speaking during his meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Biden said it appeared the explosion on the hospital in Gaza was not carried out by Israel. Biden had planned to visit Jordan to meet Arab leaders, but this was cancelled after the explosion. The two leaders say their unity commitment to the road to peace will be important in order for Israel to prevail. This as local reports indicate that Kenya is among countries that has begun evacuating its citizens from Israel. More than 500 nationals are registered with the Kenyan embassy in Israel, and the first batch of 11 evacuees are expected to arrive later on tonight and tomorrow. Another short break here on Newswatch. We'll be back with the day's business news.
Je, ushawahi kuweka jambo kwenye mizani? Ushawahi kupata uzito wake? Haya basi, usitapetape zaidi. Naomba unigande, maana mizani ipo hapa kwa ajili yako.
Vyakula na mbegu za kitamaduni,
na kutuliza fikra na kukuwezesha kupima masuala ibuka katika jamii, tena kwa busara. Tukutane mizani kila Ijumaa saa 1 machweo kwenye runinga ya Hope TV.
To business now, Family Bank has received formal approval from shareholders to offer up to 800 million new shares through a rights issue that opens tomorrow, the 19th of October 2023. The bank said this will increase its issued authorized ordinary shares from the current 1.5 million ordinary shares to 2.3, I'm talking about billion ordinary shares here. Chief Executive Director Rebecca Mbiti said through the increase in ordinary shares, Family Bank targets to raise up to 10 billion shillings in the medium term through a mix of right issues and from new shareholders via a private placement. The fund raised through the month-long rights issue will go towards strengthening the bank's capital base for local and regional growth plans, driving investments in IT, infrastructure, and new product initiatives, and supporting onward lending activities. In a groundbreaking development for urban transportation, a new chapter is set to begin with the launch of Raw Move, a futuristic bus service aimed at transforming how Nairobi residents navigate the city. The bus is equipped with the latest technology, poised to bring efficiency and sustainability to the forefront of urban mobility. The launch of the environmentally friendly vehicles was witnessed by Matatu Owners Association Chairman and utility firm Kenya Power and Lighting Company, KPLT.
More than this introduction of a new vehicle to our roads, it represents a visionary step towards a greener, cleaner, and more sustainable transportation future for Kenya. It's a testament to what we can achieve when we work together, combining innovation, technology, and a shared vision for a better tomorrow.
But through the development phase, and especially supported by working from master fabricators, we've been able to design a very safe product that is a bit lightweight. That means your loading capacity improves. You can carry more passengers in the same compartment or the same cabin. Again, efficiency per kilometer.
From Matatu Owners Association. Matatu Owners Association, we control 42 counties of this country, and we are controlling around 400 samples. And we will be proud working with you guys, and we will urge you, if possible, you come up with a product which can go down there to our membership.
Again, to congratulate Rome for this milestone and make a commitment as Kenya Power that we are together, and we will work and support you and work and strengthen our partnership.
Tonight on Lessons from the Entrepreneur, from being a trainer in a hair and beauty college, Dolly Ojuka gathered the courage to set up her own college and train skilled entrepreneurs. Dolly shares her business journey and lessons learned as she trains and shapes skilled ladies and gentlemen in the rapidly changing hair and beauty world. That's coming up shortly. Welcome to today's episode of Lessons from the Entrepreneur. My name is Melisa Oduor. Now, today's episode, we have Dolly Ojuka all the way from Wangata Rongai. She runs a hair and beauty college, and she's going to share with us some of the insights in operating one and what inspired her to set that up. Welcome, Dolly, to this episode.
Thank you so much for having us here.
Maybe your full title properly before I even get into. Tell me ahead.
Dolly Ojuka, founder and CEO, Martin's Advanced Beauty and Hairdressing College.
Martin Advanced Beauty and Hairdressing College. So I saw some of your beautiful girls already doing nails and feet and everything. Tell me a bit about some of the services that you're offering.
Yes, in the beauty and hairdressing industry, we train and equip our girls in beauty therapy. We teach them or train them manicure, pedicure, facial, body massage, body scrub, waxing. Then hairdressing, we train them normal cornrows, dreadlocks, weaving, hair cutting, chemical knowledge, palm weaving.
So how long does it take for somebody to start when they are totally green? They have never touched hair. Now they want to join the college. How long does it take for them to, finish a whole course?
It takes, like cars, it takes 10 months. Yes. For both hairdressing and beauty.
Is it different for people who want to do hair and those who want to do beauty? Or you combine the course?
We have some who can choose to have only a single course like hairdressing only or beauty only. But others come and join. They want to do like both hairdressing and beauty. That is cosmetology. Okay. Yes.
Where do you get your students from?
Mostly I can say we are favored. Okay. Yes. Mostly it's all about recommendation, the good work we do. So when we teach our students and equip them well, and they go outside there, whoever sees them, what they are doing, they like, and if they have someone who wants to train on the area, they usually recommend them to our college. Yes.
So tell me about what inspired you to start Martin's Hair and Beauty College. And it's actually advanced. Okay.
The word advanced, because I wanted us to have, to teach them more of not the normal beauty, not the normal hairdressing. We come out of
normal, ordinary.
Yes, the ordinary thing, yes. So I used to be a student many, many years back. After I did my training, I did my TOT. Then as I was a teacher there, a trainer, that
inspired.
Yes, that inspired me. And I told myself that one day I'd love to own a college. One day. And at God's own perfect time, it came to pass. And I opened my college the year 2015.
So whenever anyone tells me that they have done any business, anytime before 2020 COVID season, I normally want to know how you navigated. Because for you, Dolly, you're still around long after COVID has come and gone. But tell us a bit about that season, that COVID season. Remember that time we were no touch, everybody stay away, wear masks,
It was a tough time for us, yes. It was not easy, it was a tough time. And what I can say is that God is the one who saw us through. Yes, because without him, we could have closed long time ago. So we closed for almost, I can say, 10 months. Then when the government announced that we opened again, is when we opened. And I can remember very well when we opened again, we started again with like 3 students. Yes, from scratch. But God is good. He saw us through.
So during that 9 months when they closed, what were you doing?
During that 9 months, I was just doing home calls, manicure kwa nyumba, doing some dreadlocks retouch kwa nyumba from most of our clients. Yes. So yes. Because I had to shift to salon now. Yes, not college. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you went back to now operating, working like a salon person. Okay.
We had to have a plan B.
Yeah.
so that we can sort out our bills. Yeah.
And so how was it coming back now? You said you came back with 3 students. Tell me a bit about that before you now completely came back.
When the government announced that we opened, the schools, opened the schools again, I had some students who wanted to come and join. So that's how they came and joined us, yes.
Okay. So slowly after that, now other students kept coming. Okay. You also had another setback you mentioned to me about you trying to expand your business, and you opened another outlet at Langata. Tell me a bit about that. Because when entrepreneurs are at a point where they feel now they're able to expand, a lot of us then make a lot of mistakes then. So for you, what was it?
Okay, for me, I at that point, I felt like, yes, now is the time for me to have another branch in Langata, because some of my students were coming from Langata. So from my own thinking, I thought like, okay, let me just open another branch to save them coming all the way from Langata to Rongai. But what I can say is, it is always good to listen to God, always good to wait, and when God says you can now open another one, that right time is always very, very important. To me, I can say it wasn't a right time for me to open that branch, because I closed it after like 3 months.
How did you decide after 3 months, let me just not try even harder than this, let me just close?
What happened is, yes, I opened. For those 3 months, I only had 2 students. The 2 students were not able to pay the revenue, the rent, the trainer. So I decided, let me just close it. Before that, I had a meeting with myself and told myself, I think this is not the right time to open another branch. A time will come when God will allocate that time. Yes, I will open it. But for now, let me just close it. Yes. And I was very comfortable about the decision I made. Yes.
And right now you get students from, you mentioned Makongeni.
Yes.
How far?
We have students from Langata, we have students from Rohiro, we have students from Kiserian, Ngong, yes.
So when a student comes in and they do a course in beauty and hair, mostly when you go to a salon, you find you normally told, yule wa cornrows ni huyu, yule wa dreadlocks ni huyu. So then at what point does a student then start specializing in a certain area in your training?
Okay, in our institution, it takes 10 months. So when we start journey with these students, so month 1 to mostly at month, the 7th month is when we can say that this student, her interest or his interest is now on dreadlocks. His interest or her interest is now on nail.
That's based on how perfect they are in that area.
We start specializing on that area, so that we don't waste a lot of time on other things that she or he doesn't have interest on that area. Yes.
Today we are having pedicure practicals, and Christine is using foot spa and scrubbing her clients, and Joy is removing the cuticles from the nails. Diploma in beauty takes 7 months. Yes. After this, we are like hot cake. The owners of the spas outside there, they come at our place at Martin's Advanced Beauty College to look for beauticians.
Now, there's a dicey question, because I came to your place and I actually saw the massage table, and I saw the lecturer there, showing the student how to do the massage and everything. Now, only we know right now, when you walk around town, you see posters there, and we know the massage that happens in some of these places is very questionable. What is your experience as a as a lecturer, as a teacher in a college like that, where do we normally lose it? Where you stop being professional and then you start adding other things to it.
Generally, I can say it's all about the Tamaya Pesa. Yes. When they go outside there, they will get a client who will lure them with, if you do for me this massage, which is not
normal massage.
Yes, I will add you like certain percentage. So it depends with how that, the beautician or the person who is going to do the massage has been trained. Yes. If he or she has gone through a professional college like ours, where we usually also do teach them about the spiritual part of it too. So which is very important. So when you go outside there are some things your conscience is not going to allow you to enter into such kind of things.
Tell me about that, where you teach the spiritual angle, Dolly, because you told me Mondays are sacred days for you. If you tell us a bit about that.
To me, it's all about God. Where I am right now, it's God. So when I started my college, I was like, the founder is God, not me. So why should I eka kando my founder? So that's why each and every Monday, we must have devotion in our college, yes, before we start anything, yes. And that is like norm to us, yes, they know.
Wow. So I think my final question would be on the name Martins. I know there's a story there about Martins. So please tell us a bit about that as we wrap up this conversation.
So my dad was called Martin. Then my son also, I named my son after.
Your dad?
Yes, my dad.
Okay.
So right now, Martin is also helping me on other management.
Oh, he helps you to run the college. Yes, oh, wow. So what does he do?
Yeah, in the college is the one who manages the college. If, for example, I have a meeting, he's the one who will, remind me. He's the one who is, I can say overall, yes, right now.
Wow.
Yes.
You know that the whole idea of us parents handing over some of the skills that we have to our children is mostly, I don't know, there are certain communities that are known for that, like the Indians. And us Africans are not doing that a lot. How is that working for you?
It is a good thing, because one day, one time, you will no longer have that strength to continue with the vision you had. So when you
are able to hand
over to your son or daughter, you will be a happier entrepreneur. Yes.
So thank you so much for sharing insights on how to run. I'm thinking if anybody wants to run a salon, probably just listening to you, they'll be able to, not just a salon, but also a college. Yeah. But tell us, maybe, final words. For you, how has it been, considering that, for example, you started being a college and then you changed to be a trainer? If someone wants to venture into this and start their own beauty college, what would you advise them?
It is a nice thing, because number one, it's like you are giving back to the community. Yes, you are not selfish. Whatever you have, you want to give it back, to train, to give out the skill you have. So it is a nice thing. And it also needs determination, hard work, and no giving up. Yes.
So thank you so much, Dolly Oduor, the founder and CEO of Martin's Advanced Hair and Beauty College, for sharing your insights into running a business, a hair and beauty college pretty much, and an advanced one for that matter. She has made our episode so bright and so beautiful today. Until next time, I'm Melisa Oduor for Lessons from the Entrepreneur. Look at sports now. Over 200 golfers are expected to headline the KCEA East Africa Golf Tour at the 18-hole Kigali Golf Course this coming weekend. Top pros and amateur golfers will swing into action on Saturday as the morning action is expected to tee off at 6 a.m. while the afternoon tee will get underway at 12 p.m. in the capital city of Rwanda. The series has so far seen 12 teams qualify for the much-awaited Pro-Am Grand Finale event that will host 132 players at the current country club on the 24th of November this year. One team from Rwanda will join the party as the ultimate showdown approaches. That is how we wrap up Newswatch tonight. Thank you for keeping me company. My name is Melisa Oduor. Boniface Marita has been helping us with the sign language tonight. Have a good night.